It's like they're trying to be too meta.
You're gonna make them an offer they can't refuse.
Yeah. You can buy you a drink.
Well, I mean, he did pick out somebody we know.
Will you sidestep the question? That technology does not exist.
Hey, everybody, you're listening to A to Z episode 16. This episode features Garrett Lindsey of Snorlaxxx.
Hey, you guys, I'm Aaron with my co-host Zach. Hey. Welcome to A to Z. If this is your first time listening, thanks for checking us out.
A to Z is produced sort of weekly, and show notes can be found at a2zpodcast.com. And if you like what we do, feel free to hit that subscribe and like button on anywhere you can find us: iTunes, Google Play Music, YouTube, or anywhere else, really.
You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at A2ZBMT, where you can find updates, clips, extra content, and don't forget about a2zpodcast.com.
Yeah, man. So I'll have people ask me about how the podcast is going a lot, right? And what I usually try to tell them is that we just have a good time. We get to hang out with really cool people, and we make a lot of friends through doing this thing.
Yeah, it is funny. Whenever someone comes on, we're complete strangers a lot of the times, unless we have some sort of...
Or at least acquaintances.
Yeah, or just acquaintances. And you come on and you do this rare thing that we do where you sit down for 2 hours and have an unadulterated conversation.
Right, and you actually sit there and listen to people, and it really builds this connection. And I kind of got to see an example of that yesterday, May 8th. This is going to be coming out. I don't know exactly when. But I was having a bad day, and I did some vague booking, where you kind of post something.
I'm feeling kind of down. Someone comment their puppy's picture for me.
Right. Yeah, so I did some vague booking, and one of our previous guests from episode 10, Allison Tarter, who's an aquatic biologist. I mean, it's one of my favorite episodes I've done so far, I think. She commented, "Hey, do you want to go play at the creek or look for clams? Like, help me do some science stuff." And I was like, "Absolutely! Like, why not? What's the chances that I would have the opportunity to go hang out with like a biologist and do these studies?"
It's like the only reward we get from this.
I know, right? and then the next day, we met her at the creek over by Lumberton, or I met her with some friends.
Yeah, I wish I could have done it, but I didn't get to.
Yeah, and we got on a boat and went down the creek and hunted for clams. Like, she showed us like different types, and we didn't find that many, but it was just such an awesome experience. Like, we got to check out a lot of different things, and she could tell us about things that we were seeing in the surroundings. We saw like an old like Chevy truck bed that used to be, I guess, like a camper truck trailer, and it was up because the hurricane.
The trees,
because the hurricane really screwed a lot of stuff up.
Right.
And but we're gonna have some pictures from that we'll probably share on the group.
Yeah, we'll probably share it on the A to Z podcast group on Facebook.
Right,
maybe put it in some other places too.
But I wanted to talk about that because it was
Instagram,
just a really cool experience. Like, it was really gratifying, and it made me really love what we're doing with this thing.
Yeah, we're really making some connections, and I'm not trying to sound boastful, but that's the only thing I really get satisfaction of when I do this. Well, aside from actually having conversations, but I get satisfaction from meeting these new people and becoming rooted in this community in ways that I never would have thought possible.
Exactly. So this episode is going to be with Mr. Garrett Lindsey of
Snorlaxxx. Yeah.
And we're going to have both the guys on, but one of them, Jordan couldn't come.
We got him on the phone.
We got him on the phone at the end
for like 5 minutes.
But Garrett's in this band called Snorlaxxx. They do this really kind of cool hip hop kind of. They do a little bit of everything.
They make some chill beats that you can relax and study to or do laundry with.
And actually, as a treat for our listeners, we have...
That's an inside joke. Just anyway.
I talked to Garrett, and he actually gave us 3 tracks that they've never released. And
word.
They're going to be on this episode. So we're going to have 3 different tracks on, and they will be ones that you've never heard from Snorlaxxx before.
We'll also have giveaways of some signed cassettes that we got from Garrett. He gave to us that we can just give away.
Yeah.
So we haven't decided on how we're going to do it yet, but we'll post whenever this comes out, and we'll probably have some sort of like or comment or say this hidden thing or whatever you do first.
Kind of inside
you'll be able to get a signed copy of the cassette.
Awesome.
And without further ado, this is
episode 16 with Garrett Lindsey of Snorlaxxx.
Woo!
Once Jam Master beef is
Money makes money, right?
Indeed. What do you think about that, Jordan?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I would say that it's disregard females and acquire currency.
See, he needs to learn how to do quick maths and get out of his tutoring sessions.
His tweeterings.
His tweeters. So we're sitting here with Mr. Garrett Lindsey of one half of Snorlaxxx.
Hello.
What's up, dude?
What's going on?
Thanks for coming.
Indeed.
We've been trying to get you on for a couple weeks now.
I know.
And it's not anybody's fault. It's just how
Well,
it goes.
yeah. I feel like, I don't know.
Well, there's
it's
one
always
person's fault it is right now.
No, it's definitely one person's fault right now.
for sure. It is. No, he's getting his education, so
No, it's fine.
he's actually doing quick maths right now.
No, that's why I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Quick maths.
But maybe we can haze him enough and he'll come back.
Hopefully.
We're gonna take a break and he'll come back. So.
Yeah.
But hey man, thanks for stopping by.
Indeed. Thanks for having me.
I like your shit. I like your music. So what you got, like a description of yourself? What y'all do?
I don't know.
Because I was listening to it and it's like a mix between like kind of like a glitch pop, but also like that lo-fi like chill hop kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you go in and out of different I would say speeds and tempos a lot too. Like every song kind of has like a different kind of thing, but it's all this cohesive kind of sound. So.
Yeah, I think it's like, I don't really know. Because I've been asked a lot before, like, well, how would you describe it? And I think it's for me, it's not really, it's hard to describe as far as just like for one thing. And I think a lot of the reasons why it sounds so, like jumbled and like it's different stuff is because of like we're influenced by so many different things. So it's kind of hard. And plus too, like the idea behind Snorlaxxx was to be, how could I put it? Like, I guess
Not locked in anything.
yeah, not locked into anything. Just kind of whatever we want to throw into it. It can be that. If it's going to be, hip hop, or if it's going to be like kind of punk or rock sounding, it can just be, it can be whatever, and it kind of comes out in random ways. And also too, I mean, I have ADHD, so that's why it sounds like that. Yeah. But yeah, I guess I would describe, if I was asked if I could describe it in like a word, it would just be kind of, I guess experimental. That's usually what I say. Experimental.
Well, it's going to be nice because then Jordan's always been a pretty not technical, busy, but I don't mean it in a negative way. He's always been a
I got you.
He's always like been doing something really interesting on the guitar.
Yeah.
But he plays drums on this one.
Yes, right? He actually, but we were in a band before called Buffalo Paws. Shouts out Jake. Shouts out Steven. And Kurt. My bad, Kurt. But yeah, we were playing in that, and then we couldn't get together because there's 5 people and all the busy schedules.
That's a lot of.
It's hard enough getting this guy out of bed. So.
Yeah, and as you can see, since nobody's sitting next to me, we tried to get together with 2. But yeah, that kind of that didn't work out, and then I was doing Snorlaxxx on my own for a good little while, and I mean, me and Jordan have just always kind of played together and like fucked around with stuff, and it was kind of like a natural thing. I mean, he's such a just a good musician, you know what I mean? He plays guitar, bass, drums, like, because a big part of Snorlaxxx too is like both of us. It's not just one person writing; it's both of us writing, parts and coming together with stuff, and we'll put it together as a whole. But yeah, he just was playing drums, and I'd always wanted a drummer because I was by myself doing samples, and I just always wanted it to be backed by live instrumentation, and it just kind of worked out. I was like, "Hey, you want to come jam?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure."
I mean, it's got to be good for the going and doing sessions and hanging out because you can play like a funky like weird little thing and you don't have to just throw it out because that's just the whole point is you can turn it into something.
Exactly. Well, it's like the cool part about it is with samples a lot of the time when you're by yourself, if you're not playing, I guess, a rhythmic instrument, it can turn into kind of you're essentially on a loop. So with live drums, it works out to where we can really turn, like playing a sampler live, you can turn it into more of a live performance than just like a DJ performance. Because I feel like a lot of the times when it was just me by myself, it would come across as a DJ performance, which I was like, it's not really that, but another one. But yeah, that's kind of, the drums really open up an element of being live and being able to
And it's not just the drums though, because you pick up a bass or a guitar during the performances.
Yeah, I do. Well, we've switched our live set around a bunch, but just because too we get bored with it. Like we'll be practicing or doing stuff or whatever, and then like we'll be playing our old set and kind of anytime it feels old to us, we'll change it and do stuff or change what we're doing. And pretty much I've just changed my setup. Like when I first started, it was just samples and guitar, but now I'm doing keys. Like I'll have a keyboard.
That's right.
And sub bass, and then just kind of guitar. And then I'll do like light vocals over stuff here and there. But it's just kind of a way. It's just fun. I get bored like just doing on one thing. So I like having the option of having all those colors on stage so you can kind of play with it,
Well, I mean, we were listening to it, and I was sitting here wondering. I think I wrote it down. I was like, "How do you even play that live with two people?"
Yeah. Do you
have to pick and choose what parts you want to play live and what parts you want to play just through the sampler?
Kind of, sort of. It comes out in a weird way. Like so,
it's probably pretty organic. Huh?
Yeah, I would say like when we write stuff, I'll bring it. We'll go into like the live room when we're playing, and like I'll just like play a part essentially that I've written, and it'll kind of either come out like he'll play drums to it, or we'll I don't really know how to explain it really. It just kind of like you said, yeah, it's a little more organic, but it comes out like I'll bring a part in, and then he'll play drums over it, and then we'll kind of work on that for a little bit, and then it'll turn into a part pretty much, and yeah. That's how it works. I don't know. I'm hot right now.
That's all right.
Yeah.
One thing that's really cool I've noticed is your guys' live performances are really different and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The whole theme? How did y'all come up with that? Is it just you wanted an air of mystery, and then maybe just describe exactly what I'm talking about because no one, you could describe it better than me.
Well, really, as far as the live setup, it kind of came as far as the way the equipment is set up. It came naturally. But as far as the live performance, I've always wanted it to be, like I would say me personally, I was really influenced by Animal Collective and just like what they do live, like how like their show, instead of like, how a normal show, I guess you have your normal lights and whatnot and you're there and you see the band and, it's like that whatever. I don't know how to describe it.
There's like a layer of interactivity.
No, there's an atmosphere.
Yeah,
You ever heard of Papadocio?
I have not. No.
Papadocio is kind of not. They don't have the sound that Animal Collective is. Like they're kind of more like what y'all are doing. But Papadocio is more. It's a band that's like 5 or 6 members.
Yeah.
Drummer, but also a guy with a machine or an MPC.
Yeah.
Playing live and a bunch of electronic pieces that they all put together. But they do kind of that same kind of thing.
Yeah, and I don't know. For me, I just really like. I got into like a long time ago, like I guess like the performance part of it. Like what I would like in the future for our shows to be is not just like I don't know how to describe it. Like not just like a show, you know what I mean? Where you come and there's the band and, you see, kind of more of a performance where it's more like what I've really been getting into lately is, I've tried to do it a long time ago. I just didn't have like the means of it, but 3D projection mapping. Which is projectors.
So
and
like
it's,
would you have like a stand behind you or in front of you?
Yeah, well, pretty much like what I'm thinking of doing, or like what we could do with it, is you have like an object, in the center stage, which is the center of focus, and you would project pretty much images on that in certain pieces of it.
Did you go to Montreal?
No.
They played at Walters in Houston, and they did that tour. They were doing something like that.
Yeah.
They had these round. They looked like photography reflectors. These round little soft white things, and then everybody else was wearing different colors. It wasn't just these
like big bounce cards.
And like these people like walked out with these big headdresses on. They're holding these up. And like a baby's face was like on them or something weird like that. So like, that's cool. So you're gonna make an object.
That's the plan. I mean, I've just been influenced by stuff like that a lot. Like to bring back to your question, like about the the whole live thing.
So you're trying to build an event, not
an experience.
Yeah, like eventually in the future, it would be cool to like rent out a whole venue, or like a whole building for it. You know what I mean? That's like the goal essentially. I mean, and these are all just ideas.
You guys need like a lighting guy.
Yes, yes, we do. Because as of right now, everything is us. You know what I mean?
Because the kind of show that y'all do would just, man, if you had like a really tight lighting show with it.
Yeah.
You can make it really artistic.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's kind of it.
You know, and because I do this, but to bring back to the original question, the live show pretty much it is grown from just us being in a room, hitting samples together and playing, to us kind of molding together as a group, kind of more as a band. And just where it is now is kind of just it's us having been playing together for so long and kind of being able to meld together a little bit more. But like I was saying, that's where we want to go with it, is doing more visual stuff live, where we're kind of in the background more or less, and you have, you know, like a visual something to look at. Maybe more of a performance, you know.
You maybe should reach out and try to find like a local artist next time they do it.
Yeah.
Because that would be something cool to see at the gallery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something.
215 Orleans.
Yeah. Well, that's eventually what I'd like to do, is actually have
Find somebody to
you know,
kill.
yeah.
Well, I mean, something like that would be like a 9 month to a year.
Yeah.
Like thing
Preparation.
Right, yeah,
do.
you'd have
Yeah.
to. It would take a
while.
lot. Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean,
You'd have to design the whole thing.
yeah, and you know, you have to find all the equipment and people to run and do everything and get it working and make sure that it works. But I mean, it'd be something
you'd have to like it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
but
but it's
all
something.
the cards would have to fall just like. Yeah.
Right.
But it's definitely something I'd like to do. So if anybody wants to help, you know.
Anybody needs musicians for their art installation.
But I think there's enough talent out here in Beaumont to make something cool like that happen. You know what I mean? Where you know
Totally.
it could
It's just
be
about doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of and to me that's the point of like this band, is like I would like it to grow into that, where we can bring in people and it make it basically like I'd like to think of it. Yeah, I can think of it more of like a, you know, like an artistic group. You know, I mean, like I started it by myself, but by no means like. And it's just 2 of us right now, but like, you know, it could be 11 people on stage, you know, if it works, but you know.
So as far as like the whole thing of Snorlaxxx, it's going beyond just being a band. You want it to be more than just a band.
And I mean, I'd like to, but you know, it all depends on, you know, those are all ideas, and it's just, you can say that, but you don't know what's going to happen.
And especially I guess at your age, shit changes pretty quick.
Yeah, you know, so, and I mean, and it's okay, but like, I think the main thing for us is that we're open to things, and that's kind of how I want to keep it. Like, you know, just being open to new ideas and trying new stuff, and just, you know, not trying to put it into a box and be, you know, whatever. So
You're not getting in trouble.
no, I'm not. No.
One thing I thought was really funny, and I think it's like not a coincidence at all, but your name is a goddamn Pokemon.
Yeah.
Right? And then
What?
you go off and go to Japan.
Snorlaxx.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like, so
Thinking, what kind of
how
Pokemon is Garrett Lindsey?
How weeaboo are you, man? Like,
Weeaboo.
Did you grow up watching anime?
I
the whole
did.
time?
I did. Well, the funny thing about the name is a friend of mine who, back when I was doing it by myself, like before I was really putting stuff out, I was talking about, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm just going to do some, you know, some fucking solo shit, whatever. I don't know what to call it. And when I was doing it originally, I had no means of like playing shows or anything. I was just like, I just want to keep making music so I don't, because the band I was in before, we stopped playing just because same shit, couldn't get together.
Well,
you know.
I remembered before y'all, I guess, leading up to y'all being an actual band, you started posting
Yeah. On
like
I think-
Ableton sessions.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
think it was
like
on
that.
SoundCloud. And I mean, that's just a way for me to like,
Just express yourself.
yeah,
and
you know,
figure
and
things out.
Exactly,
feedback,
yeah. And
yeah.
like try and, you know, figure out what I was doing with it. And I mean, I wanted to figure out even if I still wanted to do it. And I mean, through all that, and plus too, like it was the first time I'd really like, because for my band before, I was doing that same thing, like working in Ableton and writing pretty much like, I wouldn't say I was writing all the music, but I would come with like the idea, and then I would have them like build around it.
Right.
And yeah, pretty much after that, I was just doing stuff by myself, and so I had no plans of turning it into anything. And so it was kind of a joke, really. You know, my buddy was just like, dude, you should just call it Snorlaxxx, because at the time all I did was like sleep and make music. But yeah, shouts out to Corey. You know, that's pretty, and I mean, it just stuck. I never felt like changing it. I was just like, whatever, fuck it. I mean, it's a name, you know, and it does stuff, I guess. Every time people are like, is that what? You know, it's kind of weird. I don't know. I've always just thought band names were kind of either should be.
We're Game Boy Rock, bro. That's what we
exactly.
are. This is genre, Game
You
Boy
know?
rock.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole Japan thing about having the name there, surprisingly, not very many people. I think because in Japan, Snorlaxx. I didn't know this, but in Japan, the Pokemon names are in Japanese,
Oh, yeah.
so they're
They're a little
different. So
different,
like
right.
Snorlaxx over there is called Kabigon, and people would be like, Snore, and then they'd be like, oh, and then they would like click, and I would be like, yeah,
So in
But-
Japan, y'all are called Kabigon.
Kabigon. Yeah,
Yeah, it was an interesting question because I mean, like a lot of people, I grew up watching some animes and some of them have really good soundtracks. Like you remember Samurai,
yeah.
you remember Samurai Champloo?
dude,
Yeah,
that's
close-
dude,
close-
that's
oh my
funny
God.
that you say
Nuhabes,
that.
man.
So that's-
Is it Nuhabes? Is how you pronounce it?
what is it?
The guy who did the did all the music for that, or one of the guys.
Yeah, I think so.
He's one of
actually.
those.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
he's like one of the like forefathers of that lo-fi chill
Yes.
chill
Yeah.
hop thing.
They had a lot of people in that. Fat Joe did stuff in that.
Yeah,
soundtrack.
but well, that's where he kind of, I guess he kind of exploded. That guy's kind of a myth because he died in a car wreck
Oh, really?
like a year or two after that show came out.
So he's
So
he's
he
like
kinda-
a
he
father
kinda
of
hit
that
it.
sort of lo-fi
Yeah.
hip hop type of thing. Huh?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's like
And,
the guy.
dude. Yeah, and it's funny that you say that too because during that time when I was starting, like that was one of the big influences of mine. I would watch Samurai Champloo. Like, dude, actually, I have a song called I think it's Sword Bells, one of those. But the picture of it, of the cover art or whatever, is them three on Samurai Champloo.
Yeah.
Like just like standard. That like is my That soundtrack too is a huge
that's your
influence
jam.
of mine.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's legit.
Hey man, putting the
It
pieces
fucks.
together.
You
Oh,
ever
yeah.
you ever heard of Ginseng?
Maybe I
Check
don't know.
that guy out.
I will. I will.
It's the same kind of thing, but he's like some kid out of California,
Oh, nice.
and he puts out quality like just
Oh,
the same
fuck
as
yeah.
Nuhabes did.
Yeah.
You know, but it's
I'm always willing.
I
to
really
check out
dude,
new shit.
I got so into that genre. I did that
yeah,
Instagram thing.
yeah.
And got a machine and
Dude.
haven't even really touched it.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I still, and it all to me, or from what I've seen, I feel like it's like a moving, I guess, or like a I don't know how to describe it, but like it sounds like Jay Dilla to me. It's like a working of
Yes.
Jay Dilla and a furthering of what he was doing.
Well, it's
And
that
in a way.
it's the aesthetic of it is kind of jazz.
Yeah,
Jazz samples or soul samples or like samba samples a
Yeah.
lot of the time, and then fit that with some boom bap,
yep.
MPC,
The drums,
hip hop.
yeah. And dude, I still listen to that. I still love that. And like to me, the coolest part about it and the thing with the anime, because I know that was a big thing for a little while. was having like
online they set their tracks to like anime backgrounds.
Right.
Yeah,
all
that's
the lo-fi
what it
chill
was.
streams are like just anime.
Yeah.
Still life
dude,
stuff. Like,
yeah. It was, and well, for me, like that, it was just more of like a nostalgic thing. Like, you know,
that's the big
yeah,
descriptor
exactly.
of that genre is
Yeah,
nostalgia.
exactly. Just
Well,
because
yeah,
it makes you
makes
feel
you feel
good.
a
It
certain
does.
way. It makes you feel a
It
type of
does.
way, right?
It
It
does.
does. It's just
and
like
and I feel like for the early stuff for Snorlaxx, that was definitely like
it's still in there.
oh yeah, like
still
that was
got it.
like the thing I was
Well,
going
what is
for.
that? What is that one called? The album that we were jamming when you
That
walked
one's
in? It's a bunch of short songs.
Yeah, that one's Tesla, and it's like I think it's 26. So the thing behind that was
Did you put out a cassette tape?
we did.
what
I
my
actually
guys
have
are
a
doing.
cassette tape in the car. If you would like, I have two of them.
Hell
Oh, well, I
yeah.
have more than two. But
I have
you
no way
guys
of
can
playing
have
it, but
one.
I'd love it.
Yeah, you can have it. It's fine. That's what
take
most
it.
people said.
I'll tell you
Oh,
what,
that and by the way, those cassettes
we
were.
might do a giveaway.
Do you
with the
need some
tape.
more?
No, well, no.
We can trade. Do you need more cassettes? Because I
No,
got,
I
I
mean,
got
I
a
could-
bag full of them behind me.
Oh shit, maybe I don't know. But that was the guy who printed those was Hilliard Pruitt, Booger Bear. Yeah, he.
Yeah, what man? I know that guy.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't-
cool
I don't
dude.
think I've met him, but
he's
I
a
know
cool
him.
dude. Check out his stuff too. He's got some cool stuff.
He's not. He doesn't do stuff with Michael Myers, does he?
No,
Guy
I
who
don't
was in
think so.
Sonoma Dam?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I thought they did DJ stuff together.
He might. I don't know.
He has the.
He wears
he has
the
the
mask,
mask.
and he's
Yeah,
got
the-
the dancers with him
And
too.
I want to say Matt did work with him. Matt Myers. He did.
You know what? I think he did actually. Now that I
Space.
think
What
about
was
it.
that? What's that show on? KLVU?
Space Capsule.
Space Capsule.
Yeah, he did stuff with them.
I think he
as
did.
Well.
But yeah, he's the
Anyway.
guy. Yeah, he's the dude who printed those cassettes.
Oh, cool.
But I just thought, and most people are like, I don't have anything to play this on, and I was like,
There's
it's
a
cool.
download code in
Yeah, I was like, you can use it as a coaster. It's fine. Like,
Well, I mean, Graham Graham's next door, and he's sitting there, jamming cassettes all the
Yeah,
time.
well,
So
dude, that's what's up.
He's that audio file stuff.
Just go to Goodwill. Get a tape
I
deck.
think cassettes.
It'd be
I
like
think
$5.
cassettes is pushing
There you go.
it, man. I really think it's pushing it.
It's pushing it a little bit.
Like
It's
No,
I mean, the vinyl-
Pushing it would be like 8 tracks. There's
floppy
it's
disk.
on Armageddon. Right? That's one of
A
his
zip
requests.
disc.
He wants you to bring 8 tracks back.
yeah.
We're printing our new album on pots, so you have to scratch it to listen to it in
like
like
we'll do
the ancient form of
We'll
yeah.
do
It's
the
newest
wire.
thing.
We're going to print it on a wire.
Yes,
It's a yeah.
Only 1 or 2% of the population can
there we go.
find the gear to play this,
There we go.
this track.
We're gonna put it on an Edison drum. It's gonna be on a copper Edison drum. So get your Edison phonograph.
You can only
out.
listen to it
There
like
you
2
go.
times before it destroys itself.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous.
How about self-destructive albums like James Bond style?
Dude.
So
Like you can play it one time, and then at the
It
end
just
of it,
blows
it's
up.
like you
No-
better get
no
the fuck out of
pausing.
here.
can't pause it. You got this one chance. Then
That'd be
get the fuck
legit.
That would be.
Art.
out.
Art.
Art's
So-
pretty.
So anyway, so you guys went to Japan, right? I mean, how many shows did you guys do?
We
there?
did. Oh my god, we did 9 shows while we were out there, and we were out there for I think a little over 2 weeks, like 16
Dang,
days.
that's awesome. How well received were you? Did they like
Dude,
you?
believe it or not. Okay, so
I'm just really interested.
yeah,
in
no,
Japan
for sure,
'cause I've
for
never
sure,
been,
for sure.
and it's such a mysterious thing to me because
Like it was crazy how it even happened, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
but yeah,
save that for the second
I was surprised, dude. Honestly, I thought we were gonna go out there and be playing to like 4 people every
Yeah.
show, which I was fine with because we were in fucking Japan. I didn't care.
That's the weird thing about Japan. Like, I don't really know where rural Japan is.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
because
like-
it's a damn island.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is,
But
yeah.
so every time I think of, I like just picture you guys doing shows up there. It's hard to
Well, I
picture
mean-
a room filled with only 4 people.
Well, and and I didn't even think about that. But yeah, dude, when we were out there, like most of our shows were like, I'm not gonna say packed because the rooms were small, you know what I mean? But it was like it was a good crowd. Like it was like I was really surprised. I was like, holy shit! Like and I think that's the thing though out there is like people want to come to shows. Like they don't have anything. Like that's a thing that they do, and they support the music that play because we played with local bands on every show.
Well, I think their culture is more prone to community celebrations,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
probably lends to having better crowds.
For
'Cause
sure.
Here, you see people. You go to a show, and you're going to see a bunch of people
yeah,
kind of standing around, like holding their drink.
yeah.
You know.
And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But that's just like that's the
how I
thing
do it.
out there. Like
They get hype.
Yeah, they do. I was like, holy shit, you know. And it made it so much more fun too because it was, you know. And I feel like at home, like I feel like maybe every local musician can probably it feels like this at one time, but like at home, you're in front of a lot of your friends.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, you have that like extra nerd. You're like, oh god, dude, I don't want to fuck up in front of them.
Yeah, because they're going to call me out.
Yeah,
because
because then you get off stage and they're gonna be like,
what the fuck was
do you
that?
remember when you fucked up? I saw it. but yeah, like, you know, out there, you know, we don't know anyone. So we can act a fool and be crazy. And it was awesome. It made for some really fun shows. And people were super, super nice. Thank you, Japan. They were extremely nice.
Well, Anthony Bourdain has a quote that he says that going to Japan for the first time is like doing acid for the first time. Do you think that was like it? Did
Yes.
it kind of change your view a little bit?
Yes, 100%. I've never heard that, but yeah, for sure.
What do you think? Was it just being exposed to like a completely different culture?
Well, that too, because like for one, I mean, as far as speaking another language, I took French in high school for a year and slept in the class the whole time, so I didn't learn anything. But you know, and I've always been into Japanese culture and loved anything from Japan, so I was excited to go. But dude, I mean, it was like 180, like being in a
totally
country,
different.
being in a
It's totally
country
different.
where you don't speak the language, and you're essentially like.
Apparently, nobody speaks English in Japan, right?
Well, believe it or not, there's like we ran into a couple people who actually spoke English, and we were like, "Dude, talk to us." Yeah, you know, we were like, "Oh my god!" But for the most part, yeah, nobody speaks English, and you're kind of like a how could I put it? Like you're kind of like a second class citizen, dude. Like you're like.
And it's not like an intentional thing. Either.
No,
it's
it's not. It's just you're in a foreign country.
Their day-to-day function does not fit you into the
It does
equation
not.
at all.
Yeah, and it shouldn't because you're in their
visiting.
country. You're a
Right.
visitor, you know, and like, And I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, okay, this is different. Like, and it was never like a bad experience. Like, I mean, the worst part about it was like taxis would pass you up. They'd be like, oh, nope, bye. Like white dude, nope. Like dudes from America, nope. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it wasn't bad at all. Like everybody was super nice. And I mean, I think just the culture shock of the language, like not being able to speak, like we learned how to like.
It makes you. It's a little uncomfortable.
It is like, or well, I would say it was cool like for the first like week and a half, but towards the end,
I just want to ask somebody for something and they'll understand.
You know what I mean? I just want to speak English to some. It makes you appreciate like.
Can I just get a regular McDonald's menu? Gosh,
I don't want a beer. Damn it!
Why does everything have to be made of seaweed?
But it just makes you appreciate like being able to communicate. You know what I mean? But I will say it was really fun learning the language and like having to, you know what I mean? Because we wanted,
it happens quick.
Yeah, and while we were out there too, we wanted to speak Japanese. Like we didn't want to we didn't want to be like, hey dude, blah, blah. We wanted to like,
you wanted to
immerse ourselves in the
people
culture.
in other countries, they really appreciate that.
Yeah,
whenever
they
you
do.
actually
Yeah,
seem like you want to be part of their thing.
Yeah,
they're more than happy. It's whenever the Americans or
hey, speak American,
right? Dude. Now there was one guy in a train station that we passed he sounded like Superman. We were like
Superman,
dude. He was like, "All right, your ticket's that way, right there, yes sir." And we were like, "What, dude?" I was freaking out because it was like I was at that time where like we were like, I just want
languages are funny.
Yeah,
it's really funny. And I don't mean it in like a demeaning way, but
no.
It's really funny whenever you go to a foreign country and you hear somebody speak English and they do it really well.
Yes.
But they do it in a way that's kind of odd.
It's like, I guess, again, not in a mean way, but it's like cartoonish.
We went to Peru a couple of years ago, and there was a waiter or some guy at this place we were staying, and he spoke English really well, but he spoke it with a British accent.
Really?
With a UK accent. And we're like, what? Because most people learn, in South America, most people learn like,
American English.
American English. And we asked him about it, and he was like, well, I really liked how it sounded. So, and I liked their humor.
Yeah.
So I instead
like,
of,
I watched The
I would
Office.
go to class
Yeah.
and they would teach me the American English, and then whenever I would go and study up, I would watch British movies and British TV.
Yeah.
And that's how, and he learned how to speak with that British kind of lilt, and it's just like, that's really,
dude, it's cool,
really interesting.
Yeah.
And then you go to like the UK and you go to a Thai restaurant, and they speak. They have that, they still have that Thai accent.
Yeah.
But they speak it. They have a British lilt to it.
Yeah,
it's
they have
really
a Thai Cockney, is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny too
really
because when we would speak Japanese, I think. Well, you hear like when people speak English from another country, they have like an accent when they're doing it.
Yeah.
It was the same thing with us speaking Japanese to them.
Right,
Because
because your mouth forms
I'm sure
the
it
words
was like
differently.
sounded like.
And the thing with
definitely.
languages is it's you know how you make fun of a language,
Yeah.
and you kind of exaggerate it.
Yeah.
That's really kind of helpful to actually speaking it
Yeah.
properly. Because whenever you speak it, and you don't want, there's a part of your head that says, I don't want to sound stupid.
Yeah.
But whenever you kind of over exaggerate the words, like
Yeah.
whenever I would make fun of Spanish, it's whenever I sounded the most Spanish.
Right. Yeah.
And I can't speak Spanish at all. But
Yeah.
whenever I was learning, but
that I feel like that as far as
it was
the
really
most-
the language barrier.
the language barrier was like the
worst
craziest part. Other than that, it was like for the most part, it was like being home. Like I mean, other
So
than
y'all had somebody kind of ferrying y'all around though, right?
no,
Yeah.
No.
no.
What?
Yeah, okay.
It was just you three? Is
Yeah,
you,
so
Jordan, Patrick?
yeah.
Really?
Shouts out Patrick. So I'll tell you about that. The crazy part. So how we got out there was we got in contact with the guy who's you might have he's come here a couple times, but his name's David Isaac. Shouts out Dead Fox Productions. What he that's his company or whatever. But pretty much he books bands from Japan out here and vice versa. So we pretty much contacted him, and he booked our shows, like booked us the tour, like scheduled everything, and he was gonna come with us, pretty much being our tour guide. But 3 days into the tour, he was having like stomach problems. He was like, "Yeah, I got surgery for this, but I'll be good." And he like 3 days into the tour, he got really, really sick and had to go to the hospital.
Oh no!
And he was like, "Shit, dude, I'm like, I gotta get surgery again. I'm not gonna be able to go on the tour with the rest of you guys." So third day in, we're on our own.
Wow.
And
What kind of did y'all have a lot of gear? Or?
well, not necessarily. We didn't have to bring our drums or our guitar amps because that's all like out in Japan. It's rented to you. Like they have all the gear in house. So you pretty much we just had all my samplers, keyboards, laptop, and Jordan was carrying drumsticks. And normally he would carry like some we'd all alternate.
Is that just the
off,
thing that they do out there is rent out?
Yeah, they just rent it out because I mean it's so expensive, I think, for housing and stuff out there, and people don't, and it's so small that people don't have room for all that
have
stuff.
like a
and
full
it's
setup.
and I think it's just easier too because it's always set up. You just go. And
So you go to a room.
Yeah,
It's like rehearsal rooms with backline.
Yeah, but no, for pretty much the whole tour, we were on our own.
How was
and,
that? Getting around,
man. It was.
Did you make all the shows? You weren't.
Yeah,
late?
we made every show. Every show. I mean, we were late for a lot of them, but we made every show, and it worked out too. And it's like the craziest part about it, I think, was it was such an adventure, like every single part of it, and that's why we wanted to go. You know what I mean? We wanted to experience that.
Yeah,
I mean, like. But being on our
the
own,
opportunity, man.
Yeah,
not even opportunity for any kind of like fame.
No, fuck
or getting
no.
anything out of it.
No.
But like it was really
It's an opportunity for experience.
Yeah, it was
And
more
that
of like a
had to have been
childhood
hell
thing
of an
for me.
experience.
Yeah, fuck,
It's
dude.
completely different from if you just gone to visit when you're just floating around.
No,
you
we
went there
were
to do work.
We were there, yeah, and we were on our own too. And I thought that was cool. Like after a
Super
while,
character
I was
building to
like,
get
oh
thrown out
yeah,
there.
dude. Like, and if we went back, we wouldn't need a guide. Like we know how to do it.
Yeah.
He pretty much like our
It's a
tour
lot more
guide.
intimidating, and once you
Oh
get into
yeah,
it.
like our tour guide pretty much showed us, how to get around. And I mean, through Japan, dude, you ride trains and taxis, and you get around the whole island.
Aren't the signs are in English though, right?
Yeah, every
Most of
once in a
them.
while, but you can use Google shoutouts. I'm doing a lot of
Google
shoutouts.
Translate.
This time.
Google
Since I'm the
Translate.
only one who showed
Google
up.
Translate.
No, but yeah, Google Maps. You can have your train routes on it, and we
Yeah,
just
they have the
used-
metro.
Yeah,
Oh,
and like, but honestly, dude, it really wasn't super hard. The hardest part was taxis. And if I wish Jordan or Patrick was here, like I was freaking out, dude. We would have like these ups, like where we would make it. We would get to a point, we'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, we fucking did it. And then we'd get into a taxi and we'd be like, all right, man, we need to go here. Like we got all the stuff. And then he was like, we would show him something and he'd be like, oh, but speaking in Japanese, like, and taxi drivers, like they've never had a reason to speak English in their entire lives for, never.
And they won't.
And they will not. Well, I don't expect them to, but yeah, but he'd be like, I don't know.
That's the weirdest, dude. And that same thing happened anytime I've ever been in another country. Is you show them Google Maps. This is where I want to go, and they're like,
Yeah.
that doesn't exist.
Well,
Seriously,
it literally,
almost every time.
Literally,
it's like
it
I
was
don't know.
like
I don't know
that.
what that is. And it's like, dude, I can hit go, and you can follow the blue line, like,
dude, and
yeah.
I'd be,
You're like, Mount Fuji doesn't exist? What?
and dude, and we would have
That's
it.
iconic.
We would
Y'all
have
have
it. In,
they probably don't even have addresses there, really. It's a
no, they
completely
do.
different
It's
system.
weird. It's
Well,
like
the
different
addresses
it's-
are really
it's
different.
like code. It's or code or block 1, 2
in some,
number.
in
It's
some
weird.
cities, they have a street, but they assign the number by when the building was built on the street.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in a city that's 3,000 years old, it's kind of jumbled.
Yeah,
Ours are based on the street, so we'll have
They
like
have longitude and latitude
like
and all that.
feeling, and then it'd be east to west
Yeah.
numerically. And in Japan, they do it by intersections, so it's really hectic. But
Well, and we eventually, towards the end, we
to us,
figured out.
it's good for them, but
Right.
Yeah, they live there, they know. But
they're
like,
orderly, so I'm sure it works better than ours.
Oh,
but,
sure.
But we eventually figured it out. We would have all three of us would have a picture of the place, a picture of the cross section, and in kanji, like the Japanese characters of where we were going, and we'd be like, here. Here, koko ni, which means here. Eventually we got it, but during the beginning, dude, it was so stressful. Like I would be in the back, just like, oh my fucking god, like just freaking out, and Patrick would be like, all right, calm down, dude, we'll figure it out. It was just funny.
So did you have any time to do like cool stuff, like go see the giant mech? Like, did you go see that giant Gundam?
I did not. We didn't. Dude, when we were like,
what's like the weird stuff you got into?
The-
Did you
okay.
eat live eels? And
no, we didn't. So
Do you want to take a break and save it for the next part?
Yeah, that's a
because I
good
know
idea.
somebody's blowing your phone up.
Oh, well,
I figure you got to go do some work.
Work bullshit. I think. Jordan said he laughed at the email and he said, "Yo, dude, I fell asleep."
Okay. Well, look, we'll take a break and then we'll get Jordan. Because I mean, if he comes here at 1, he'll be free before then. So
Yeah.
For
yell
sure.
at him,
For
or
sure.
maybe we'll call him up again and
We'll do it. We'll
and
call
make
him
it
up.
happen. So we're gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
A to Z Podcast is proud to be sponsored by Texas Beard Company. As a man who does jiu-jitsu and rolls around and puts my beard through a lot of strenuous activity, I can tell you it gets a little crusty sometimes. And I'm really glad that I can rely on Texas Beard Company, who makes oils and balms and brushes and all these special things to keep your beard at its peak performance. It's great. You go to the gym, you do what I do, you run, you're in the sun all day, you might need a little bit extra for your beard. Yeah. So, with that in mind, if you go to TexasBeardCompany.com and enter in the code A to Z Podcast at the checkout, you'll get 15% off your whole next order. It doesn't matter if you have a beard or not. If you know someone with a beard who you might need to get a present for, go and get it. Who knows? And also, at the end of the day, it helps us out. The more people that order from them means that they know that they're spending their money well on endorsing us. So if you help them out, it'll help us out.
Absolutely. And this is another unreleased track from Snorlaxxx called Pilot Error. Japan, you were saying how weird. Well, you were going to ask him a question about how weird it was.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, exactly. I was gonna ask you
Well,
about
welcome back,
all
everyone.
the weird stuff.
Welcome back, Garrett.
Hello.
How was your thing?
It was cool.
Was it frustrating?
It actually wasn't. Unbelievably, for the first time ever. So
Indeed.
indeed.
Yes.
Well, one thing we're trying to do is we're trying to get more interactions from our listeners. So we ask everybody, hey, if you leave a comment, whatever.
Yeah.
If you guys want us to ask a question for these guys, let them know. So we have a few. Zach, you want to hit them with a couple questions?
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, these are some questions, some from the internet and some that we made up. First question is, why do y'all have such small hands?
It would probably, for one, maybe born that way. 2, maybe they shrunk in a horrific accident.
Is
I-
that,
you know,
are you suggesting
no.
something?
No, it's just it's kind of it's open for the audience to interpret.
Oh, so you're just giving us some options.
Yeah, exactly.
It's up
It
to
could
us to
be.
decide.
It is. It could be
Okay, boxers, briefs, both of y'all, I guess. You can answer for Jordan, huh?
briefs for both.
Briefs for
Briefs?
both.
For both.
You guys don't.
It's a good call.
They don't ride up your leg.
No.
I hate briefs.
Dude, it's very
like
very
briefs?
comfortable.
I love briefs.
I like. I wear
You
like
got them
these little
thick old
tiny.
thighs, though.
Yeah, I wear these tiny little briefs.
So whenever
like
you pull your
sport
pants
briefs.
up, it just rolls them up.
Yeah,
you got
kinda,
This, you got
yeah.
this like little.
I recently
they'll
switched
bunch.
from boxers to briefs.
Yeah, I hate.
Life-changing.
Oh, I hate
Life-changing.
boxers way worse. Like I can't wear boxers.
What do you
I
wear?
didn't like
Whitey
them.
tighties?
No, they're
Man
I call,
panties?
I call them like sport briefs. They're
Yeah, they're-
like
they're man
Adidas make them.
panties.
Yeah, man panties. But they're like Adidas.
Oh, they're very-
and they're very soft.
Boy shorts.
But they have
Yeah,
like
the
room
booty
for
shorts.
my humongous butt.
Right.
They sit right on me. I don't know.
I have negative butt, so I need those briefs to
You
hold it in
need
there.
that elastic.
You know.
That shit.
That's a good segue into something else.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see any of the vending machines with panties in it while you're in Japan?
I did not. Now that I think about it, did
Thinking
not.
about underwear, I did. Yeah.
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 I wonder where they were. I wonder where. If it was just in plain sight, maybe we just didn't look hard enough.
Did you notice that whole sort of vending machine?
Oh
culture?
yeah,
I hear
vending
they
machines
they,
everywhere.
Those they kind of tuck away in like shops.
Probably
yeah.
so.
like
They're
the
like
used
behind the
panties and
curtain.
stuff.
Yeah,
It's
but
not.
yeah,
It's not as common as.
but yeah,
as
vending
they say it
machines
is.
literally like
There's vending machines for everything. Huh?
everywhere. Well, the cool thing about their vending machines too is they're hot and cold.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that after a while. They have a red and blue, and the red is for warm stuff like coffee and tea and stuff like that. So you can hit red and it comes out hot. legit.
So they got a
It was
button
awesome.
that says hot or cold.
Do they have
Yeah.
Do they have a live eels vending machine?
No, I wish, because I'd have ordered a bunch of them.
I'm trying to get my eel
Place them
on.
places.
Go buy a car.
Trying to get my eel on.
Trying to get my eel on, bro.
Dude, you could have found them out there. They were out there.
All right. Okay, so here's one we came up with whenever we were bullshitting earlier. Is
Indeed.
the favorite food, your go-to food whenever you're broke as shit.
Okay. Like I was telling y'all earlier, I recently had this. I don't know if it's my favorite, but a good one lately has been grilled cheese. Smashing on some grilled cheese. You just put some butter in that pan, dude.
What kind of cheese? You got that Velveeta?
Dude,
Like good
you
Velveeta?
gotta do it. You gotta do it.
He's throwing up
Or
over here because he's the
or
cheese master.
Kraft. You can throw Kraft singles.
Yeah,
Classic in there?
processed cheese.
Of
works
course.
very
I mean,
well.
that's how a grilled cheese should be made. Is
You know?
processed cheese. That's how I remember
or
it growing up.
You can make it for Fontina. If you want to get really fancy, a really good melted cheese is brie.
Ooh.
Yeah, but here's another little
Cheese with
here's
the crust
a
on
little
it.
tip
Okay.
on
hit,
these
hit
grilled.
me with it.
And this is gonna sound very strange, but you have to do it. And
I'm open to
then,
it.
Then tell me what it is.
I'm open to it.
So you take mayonnaise and you spread it on the outside,
Oh.
like as if it were
So you
butter.
toast
or
the
something. So you
mayonnaise on
toast the
there.
mayonnaise.
Oh.
It actually makes the grilled cheese like crisper.
Okay.
And like slightly salty and tasty.
Okay,
I'm telling you,
okay.
that's
I see.
that's,
Okay.
that's some pro shit.
The
right there.
Caucasoid in me,
That
being
sounds-
Caucasian, is into that. You know what I mean?
Mayonnaise. Ooh, that sounds exotic.
Spicy.
spicy
Exotic.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, that's just a little.
I'm going to try it, though.
It's fancy though, so it's one way to like step up your poor food
You
to
know?
like slightly less.
It's gourmet
Oh,
poor
yeah.
food.
Yeah.
I feel that, though.
Yeah.
But I would say grilled cheese, but then believe it or not, even after going to Japan, ramen, dude.
Still?
Love it.
I mean, you can dress ramen up.
oh,
in so many different ways.
it's delicious.
So many different ways.
It's delicious. I got to give it up to ramen. I've eaten it my whole life. Ate it the whole time we were in Japan, too. But it was, like, good.
Bomb ramen.
Believe it or not, dude, ramen out here is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's, you know what I mean? It's ramen. It's good.
It just doesn't have as much stuff in it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Over
Yeah.
there, they get really
Yeah,
extra.
they
Yeah.
throw an egg in there.
Oh, yeah. Throw some meat
You
in
got your
there.
egg, you got your fish cake, you got your pork belly,
Oh, yeah.
you
Dude,
got your bok choy in
pork
there.
belly?
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Delicious. Oh, yeah.
It's finally making its way over here, man.
It is.
Okay, so because favorite pro food. This next one. Okay, so Trump, Clinton, Obama, fuck one, marry one, fight one.
Oh, wow. That's a good one. Okay. Let me think. I'm going to marry Obama, first off, because he's just a nice man. I feel like I'd get along with
He
him.
would treat you well.
He would treat me well.
Yeah.
He's also fit. I can
He's
see
very
that.
fit.
He's fit.
I feel like
Good dancer.
he is. He listens to some good music.
Yeah,
I
he
know
has
that
some
for a
bomb-
fact.
He has some bomb playlists.
He does. And I mean, he's just a good guy. He's funny too. I like that.
Yeah.
Let me
Need
think.
somebody to make you laugh. For
Probably-
A long time.
And you get Joe Biden like over the
Exactly.
house. You get him.
You
all
get
over the
him
house.
included
What's up,
no
Uncle
matter
Joe?
what. You know.
Yeah, hey, come over.
What's
the
up,
house.
Uncle Joe? Let me think.
So you marry Obama, so you got to fuck or fight either Trump or Clinton.
I'd have to fuck Clinton, but it'd be like a mercy fuck. You know what I mean? I'd be like, okay, here we go. And then, of course, I'd have to fight Trump. I'd have to. It's not even because he's the president. It's just because I don't like him as a person.
I would want to fight him the most just because he's like 6'3" and big.
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
like
and
70,
I'd like to challenge him on
Right.
his bigness.
So right.
And say, are you really?
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, I would have to be 70 years old as well.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a big man.
He is a big man.
He's a big man. He'd be
Little hands.
challenging.
Big man with little hands.
Yeah, maybe so.
I think that'd be it, though.
That's good.
I'm happy
That's a
with
good
that.
one.
I'm happy with that.
Well, I'm glad you did not hesitate on our weird ass questions.
Indeed. Ask
Indeed.
away.
Was that it for
Thank you.
our weird niche questions?
You can ask more if you need to.
I don't think we came up with any more because we got a few from the internet, and then we kind of just made some up because it was fun.
For sure.
For sure.
You know, if we had Jordan here, we might have to figure out. We might call him.
Yeah.
We might hang out, talk a little bit more about Japan, and then we'll call him up. Bust
For sure.
his balls.
Yeah, we'll
For
figure
sure.
out how to have we haven't even done that on the podcast yet. That'd be a great thing to figure out.
We'll probably just do speakerphone.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We could do speakerphone.
Yeah.
Well, maybe eventually we.
Patch them through.
I don't. There are ways like I've looked into ways of doing like Skypes and doing phone calls
Yeah.
direct, so it
Yeah.
sounds good, but I just don't really like doing.
No, it would be much better if little baby Jordy was here.
Yeah.
But he's,
It would be.
again, quick math.
Quick math.
Education first,
Yeah. This
dude.
math seems kind of slow. Seems like it's
Teach the children.
Teach them well. Let them lead the way.
He's doing medium math. It's a little not very fast paced, I don't think.
So I guess getting back to y'all's tour that y'all went over there over to Japan for. What was it like coming back?
Dude, coming back it really wasn't like super crazy, but I would say like I ate a shitload of food. I know that. I ate like a lot of food.
When you came back?
Yeah, I gained like 30 more pounds when I came back.
Were you like
It was great.
depression eating or something?
No, it was just because I like.
Did you not eat a lot?
No, we just
y'all didn't
weren't. We
have
were just
time.
on the
Yeah.
go.
Busy,
Yeah, so
yeah.
But coming back, it was pretty crazy. Like just kind of getting back into the swing of stuff. Because when we went out there, I mean, shit, I was like, I didn't expect. I mean, I didn't think I was gonna fucking die or anything. But I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen when I come back. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have my job or like what. I just, it was just taking like a big like. It wasn't really necessarily like a big risk, but it was, it was like a.
Was it a thing where you completely forgot about? I mean, you probably missed home or whatever, but up until like the last 3 days before you come back and you start thinking about going back, and it's
it was
stressful.
kind of like a bittersweet thing. Like I would say when we got back, it really wasn't like there was nothing really crazy where I was like, holy shit, it's like it's like being back home. Oh my god, I think it was more just like we were like, cool, we fucking did it, like we made it, because the last couple days. I know we were like, it was really bittersweet because we were like, shit, we're actually about to have to leave, and we're ready to go, but at the same time, we're like, man, I don't want to leave just yet because it's it's been so fun, but yeah, we were just happy to be back, just glad we fucking made it,
Right.
on that crazy flight. Oh my god.
So what do y'all been doing in the meantime? Y'all still putting out records? Y'all still what's in the works for?
Pretty much right now we're doing. Pretty much when we got back, we kind of took a little break. I think we got back November, like around in the beginning of November. And pretty much we said November, we're going to take a break, chill, kind of rest. And then since then, we've pretty much been just steadily writing new material. And then hopefully we're trying to put out kind of another thing like we did with the Tesla album, which is it's more or less like a beat tape. Which is which is kind of how this all started. So that's why we thought.
Well, the
cool
format of those beat tapes is like a cassette.
Yeah.
And then like an hour and a half to 2 hours of like 1 minute songs.
Yeah, exactly. And we're gonna do something like that, but I think it's gonna be a little more of in an album form, I guess. Like we're gonna try and put vocals on it, maybe try and feature some people on it if we can.
Our buddy Trevor was saying.
Yep.
So y'all been fooling around.
Yeah, we've been doing some stuff with Trevor.
That'd be cool.
Shouts out to Trevor. But yeah, we're hoping to. I just really like we're just working between our schedules and stuff. Like Jordan just started school, and he's working a bunch too. Same thing with I've been in school, but I'm working a bunch too. But we're trying to just pretty much really focus on making more of like I guess you could say more of a finished album because the other one was like a lot of like pieced together stuff and ideas. So hopefully this one can be a little more.
Was
like,
the last one your first one? The first official one, or
it's like our
EPs
first
out
official
before that?
one, yeah, for Snorlaxxx. I mean, we put out like little singles and stuff here and there, and me and Jordan both separately put out music like on our own thing, but it was the first like release as both of us being Snorlaxxx with both of our like music.
Right.
But yeah, hopefully with the new one it'll be more of a I keep saying an album, but more in that format, like fuller songs and with vocals and stuff like that too, and like features. That's the goal. So
right,
yeah. Hopefully by summer we'll have that done. I don't want to. We're trying not to like really put like too much of a time limit on it, but at the same time, not do what we do and
well,
and
it's like it's like a tie between you don't want to make any false promises.
Yeah,
you don't,
exactly.
And it's not. The other flip side of that is not worrying too much about making it perfect too.
Exactly.
That's kind of I like that. I like what y'all did with that. And Ramblin' Boys, they just put out put out a random EP, like a song a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
it's been great.
Like, dude, do that. Like those were tracks they recorded a while back.
Yeah,
like, just put it out.
That's
get
the
it
thing,
out there.
and that's where we're at right now. Really, is like we've played so many live shows and done so much stuff like that. We're just kind of ready to have something like that people can listen to. That's a newer representation of what we're doing now. And
have y'all been together how long?
Shit, probably it hasn't been long. Maybe like
I know y'all been jamming for a while.
Yeah, I would say with us doing Snorlaxxx, it's probably been about maybe a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, so y'all are evolving.
Yeah,
probably especially in this style of music.
It's For
be
sure.
more inherent in it.
And I mean, and the cool part about it is like we're really both, I would say, we really both make music separately, essentially, and then we will come together to make it a thing. And it's like, I guess how I could put it is like two producers, I guess,
right?
You know, making stuff like that.
Right.
And I mean, and
it's like
for
Daft
me,
Punk kind of collab.
yeah. And for me, like, you know, the whole thing of getting other people involved with it is like I wouldn't want to stand in the way of the art, I guess you could say. Like if it calls for calling someone from an outside source in to finish it, and that's what it needs, and that's what we can do, you know. And I think that's the whole us trying to not put like a time limit on it, you know, just wanting to have it come out organically.
It's really interesting that y'all are setting it up. It's really kind of admirable setting it up like y'all are, because it's you've removed restrictions, you know, especially and probably even taken, like, I guess some of the big problem you have in bands, and you know for sure, is there comes like a little ego in wanting to have your mark and having to make sure that your lyric gets in there,
exactly,
that you get credit for this. But like it seems like y'all are kind of doing a thing where this sound right here needs this, so let's get this from somebody.
Yeah, it's a little easier to stay away from that when there's two people as opposed to five. Also.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, and it can work in those situations too. But like, I think for me, I've played in enough bands and like made enough music to where like the ego thing, like it only can get you so far, you know what I mean? And sometimes like it's just nice to have an outside source like look at it and be like,
oh, totally.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I wouldn't do this by myself.
No, yeah, exactly. And that's the thing too, is what I really like. I really like that about it, you know what I mean? Is like being able to say, you know, being able to hand somebody something and being like, yeah, tear it apart, dude. You do whatever you want, you know. I don't have to.
Because then it comes back in a completely different direction.
Exactly, exactly.
Let me get some notes on that.
You know, and I mean, like for me, I would much rather it serve the art, and if my only contribution to it was just getting people in the room to do something on it, I don't have to be like, you know, and that's the thing too that's cool with us is like there's some stuff that's completely that Jordan's written fully and I just put like a guitar part to, and vice versa. Like, you know, I'll have a full song and he'll just like play a drum part to it. Like, you know, it's for us, it's like what serving the purpose for it, you know.
Right.
And I think that is, it opens it up to where it's just fun, you know what I mean? There's no ego involved and it can be whatever it wants to be. I feel like that's how it should be, or at least that's what I want.
It's good. I mean, that's probably what most artists would probably want. Something it's organic.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's whoever contribute to it. And I mean, that's why I liked what y'all did with that kind of album.
Yeah,
and I was talking to Patrick night before last or something. I saw.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the album and them how they put it out, just threw it out there once a week. And I was talking to them, and they said they're going to work on some more and put out like an actual album. And I was just like, dude, why?
Yeah,
you know, just put out singles.
Yeah,
just, you know, crank out like.
You don't need it anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah,
crank out a song a week for 10 weeks, and then the 11th week you put out the album.
Yeah,
you know,
people are getting big off of
singles.
A single on
one
SoundCloud.
song.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
well, and that's kind of, I think that's the idea that we want to do. Because what the real plan is because we have a big problem of like finishing stuff. I feel like where we do so many things, like write so many little pieces, and our attention span is very short, I guess, as musicians. So we'll write something and then kind of move to another thing really quick because we'll get bored with it. So I think what we'd like to do is finish this, call it done, work on another thing, put it out. Me personally, if I could have it my way, I'd like to put something out like every 3 weeks.
Yeah,
like having another tape,
something new to
see. Yeah, exactly.
So what do you do for media as far as like trying to get stuff out there? Do you use SoundCloud? Do you put your stuff on?
Well, right now we're kind of
we'll get your links from
for sure.
Yeah.
Right now I feel like the links are very limited. We have where it started was with just Snorlaxxx, the original SoundCloud page, which is just me, and it has like all of my stuff on it from a long time ago. And then Jordan has a page which is his stuff, which is from a long time ago as well. Yeah. But then we have the Bandcamp, which has the Tesla album on it, which is both of us.
That's where you can buy.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think what we're going to try and do is, and we have like a video that we did on YouTube too. Like it's like a short little, where we were trying to like kind of film a little thing for it.
It's a weird new media thing.
Yeah.
That, you know, it's a whole new environment.
Yeah.
That we all live in.
And I think it's great though. We just honestly haven't really tapped into it just yet, but my plans for the future are really to really utilize it. And I I'd like to have maybe on our Facebook or just whatever we are have continuous because that's how people are now. We need content, you know. Because I'm the same way. I mean, I consume music. Like I want to know exactly.
It'd be a different approach, man. I mean, I'm sure there are musicians out there that are doing.
For sure.
I don't know of any.
For sure.
There's somebody I listen to that's kind of in that same vein, like lo-fi, chill hop stuff like that. I listen to Ryan Celsius on YouTube.
No, I haven't heard of him.
He just it's a live stream.
Yeah, and people are doing that now too. He does
the thing he does trapping in Japan.
Yeah,
y'all ought to hit up those, like, find all those live streams. You know, the live streams where it's 24 hours of study music.
Yeah,
and like send them an email. Send them with your tracks. I'm sure they'd add you. They have they have like 800 songs on those playlists. They have a list of them,
and they have
they can definitely
insatiable hunger too because they need more content.
Yeah, and your style fits into it. So
that's the thing too.
I've found artists through listening to that stream. I hear something and they have the name in the top, and I go and I follow them.
See, and I love stuff like that too. And I mean, for us, we're open to doing pretty much anything with it. I just think right now, for us, we're so new with the whole. Not necessarily like I guess you could say that, but we're like, for us, when we started this band, we really were like, we want to focus on the music first. Music first.
Music comes first. Bitches come second.
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes. But yeah, we wanted to focus. We wanted to get some music that we were proud of, that we liked, that we like had no problem being like, yeah, we can go fucking tour this and we'll be fine playing it. Because we would ask ourselves that. We were like, are we comfortable playing this in front of people? And a lot of the times the answer would be no. So we would go back and work on it. And I feel like now we're finally, after going to Japan and doing that whole thing and where we are now, like how we're working together, I feel like we're finally at a point to where it's feasible now to start putting content out on, social media and things like that, where
you're a lot more confident in the product.
Exactly. Out. Like, without being cocky, but just something like I can, something.
Well, it's just like this, dude. We did 8 episodes. Yes, we did 8 recordings before. We were really gung ho about it.
Exactly. I think it's like that with anybody who does something or is making their own thing like that. You have to go through that phase of where you're like, I don't know how I feel about it. And we did that too. I mean, we played for a long time.
Because if you don't, you're going to put out shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and you're polishing it, right?
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
It. So
exactly.
It's a lot different whenever you play in front of people.
I'd say it's working. I think you got something going.
Thank you.
I totally support this, putting it out. Like
Indeed.
Something a week or something every 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just think that's where it's at now, And I mean, for me, like, I love sitting down on my equipment and writing stuff. And I mean, shit, dude, we have so much material, like a lot of material that's just kind of on the back burner. Because I mean, me and him pretty much, we just, we'll kind of sit at home and write and throw ideas back and forth at each other. And it's kind of right now we're compiling stuff and then kind of polishing it up. But I think in the future, what I'd like to do is have like video content as well. Like, cause we did like a little thing where we had a track where we edited a video to it, and we can, we have the means of like recording ourselves playing live too.
It's almost like if you can get to the point where you're cranking out content at an increased rate, you get the projection thing you were talking about, the videos, like you're setting yourself up to be less of a band and more of like a collective.
Yeah,
like
and that's
a performance collective.
Exactly.
So somebody's going to hire you, or like somebody's going to ask you to come play your show.
Exactly.
And it's not going to be they're waiting for specific songs from this album. They're just going to be like, what are y'all going to do for us?
Exactly. Exactly.
It becomes exponential as the whole set.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole set is what it is. You're not really like listening for a certain song.
Exactly. Well, and I feel like that, and I feel like that's where I guess a band is going nowadays. Because if you look at it, like what the most popular,
you're not going to go see a rock show.
No, like anymore, I mean,
really.
you see that in like smaller stuff, but where people are taking shows now are like it's a performance. A lot of these guys, these big hip hop acts, they have a full band behind them and all this stuff where they can and visuals and all that.
But then
stuff.
they also have these huge trusts coming in and out.
Exactly.
And really, I mean, that's kind of the only way people make money.
Yeah,
because. I mean, nobody's really buying music.
You're not making money off of albums. You're making money off of. I got to go see this guy.
You're making money
Justin
off
Timberlake
tickets.
just added a 3rd show in Houston, and they're all sold out.
Exactly.
You're making money off tickets.
Exactly. And I mean, and for me, that is it's. I guess you could put it. It's like two halves. To me, I think that there can be a complete difference from the studio album, the sound. I mean, like the studio album and live. Like, and I think we do that as well. Like, because at first people were kind of like. weird about it. They were like, well, the album doesn't sound like anything from the live set. And we were like, well, yeah, because it's live. It's different, And I think we like to keep it that way,
I like that a lot.
Because I like being able to do whatever you want in an album format or a studio format where you have the no restrictions thing. The same as
You can put in strings.
Yeah, you can.
It's not gonna have strings at the log on.
Yeah,
okay?
no, no.
And then also, I know a lot of people are creatures of comfort and they like the sameness. But when I go see a show, I don't want to just listen to an album.
Exactly.
I want
exactly.
And I want some freshness.
Yeah. And I feel like that's just how people are now. Like because of the internet and because of
memes.
Always because of memes.
God bless the memes.
God bless them. But now because of the internet and like how easy of access people have stuff, they need more content. And I feel like, as far as
we're spoiled.
Well, plus,
we're spoiled.
the other side of that is if you're constantly putting out content, then that builds that builds some. If people are your fans, it builds something in them to where they're always going to be looking for it.
Yeah.
And if they know that you're cranking it out, then they're going to pay more attention.
Exactly.
It builds more of a community. I would think.
No, for sure. And I think another thing too, as far as like with the live format, I feel like, and then for me too, because like I'm also like live sound engineer aside from running. I've been to so many shows, and I get to, and I always
Have
I'm
you
always
gotten jaded yet?
say what? Yeah, that was about a year ago.
Yeah.
But
So jaded.
Oh my god! But no, I mean it's a cool opportunity to watch a lot of shows, and I'll study.
You can pick up things from them.
I study a lot of them.
You're starting to see them outside of seeing, hey, this is a band playing.
Exactly.
You're seeing the
exactly.
whole event.
And I feel like nowadays people are bored with like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see a show. I'm gonna go see a band play at this venue real quick. I'm gonna see them. They're gonna get on stage. They're gonna have guitars and bass and drums. I'm gonna watch them play and flail around.
I've always,
you know what I mean?
I have a
Like,
theory that that's why a lot of shows around here don't get so many people coming.
Yeah,
it's because there's no lights.
Yeah,
there's no stage.
it's a big thing.
Yeah.
It takes you out. It really does.
It does.
It really does take you out of it.
You see just a flickering light on a band, and it's through a sound system, and they're standing on the floor.
Yeah.
It's not that the music could be good. The music's probably awesome, but you're not going to jump around and get crazy.
Exactly, and it's it's not to hate on anything over here, but that's just how it is.
That's just
And,
how
like,
that's
just how
it's
it
a big
is.
problem.
Yeah, and I think
It's not anybody's fault, but it is a problem.
Exactly, and it and the crazy part about it was in Japan, it was completely different. Like as far as like
because they make everything.
They make it a show, and it's great, and it puts you in that atmosphere.
Yeah, they got a haze machine.
Yeah,
they got a light show
bro,
that actually moves with the music.
What's the name of that show? It's in Tokyo. It's supposedly like the craziest show on earth. Yaki Doki Dori. I can't remember, but it's one of my bucket list things. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They have like velociraptors coming out.
What?
Robots fighting.
Yeah,
girls
I
in
mean we're not.
swimsuits.
That's too.
cool.
That's a lot farther than I guess what we're talking about.
But that is
We're talking about
that
things
is cool,
that things not as
Hopefully,
nearly as
hopefully
cool.
somebody would
That
leave a
is
comment
very
and tell me
cool.
what it is. I don't know.
hopefully.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's so you're trying to make it more than just the band playing a song.
Exactly. I mean, it just because and we've played enough shows, and not even just in this band, but we've all been in bands before,
Right.
and we've played enough shows to where it's like, it's kind of, it gets boring after a while. People get bored of seeing like the same thing. Seeing you go up there and, all right, check your mic. You know what I mean? Like all that. Like I think it'd be cooler, like we were talking about earlier, to have the whole experience. Like as soon as you walk in, it's the show. You know what I mean? And I think it'd be a completely different experience. And it would be completely
Well, yeah, no bands around here do sound check.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's what you do. You do sound check. You set the stage, and then that way everybody walks into everything ready.
Yeah,
and it's just lit real pretty.
And that's the cool thing about in Japan.
It's not you setting up sweaty and then like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, and
Thanks for
it's
coming.
also too for the band, for the artist performing. Like it makes
It puts you in a
feel,
mindset.
It does, because when we were in Japan, like you would get there early, you do your sound check early, and whenever the show starts, you're walking on stage.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
Straight on stage, you start playing.
Exactly, and I mean, for us, where we want to go, I think it could be done in Beaumont.
I think you should. I mean, I'll help you.
Well,
can
I would
start trying to push it to
for
be
sure,
that way.
for sure. And I mean, like you said, it would take some preparation, but it's nothing that couldn't be done. But I think that
it's a standard way of doing things.
Yeah, exactly.
And people don't do it like that around here. So maybe we need to start getting everybody to do it like that.
I mean, and
do you want to put on a good show? Then this is how it's done.
Yeah, and it would be great. And I think people would, I think it'd be responded to fairly well, and people would have fun. And that's the main thing.
Well, it's
for
being
me.
a little more professional.
Yeah, and that's the main thing for me too. It's just I just want it to be fun. You know,
That's-
I want
well,
it to. Yeah,
Dude, that same thing as you're talking about with social media and like putting like your product out there.
Yeah.
And it's use all these words and it sounds sterile. It sounds like
Yeah.
capitalist, all that stuff.
yeah.
But it really is the thing. It's not really. You hear musicians say so many times, I don't want to learn music theory because it'll make me less expressive.
Yeah.
Or like monetizing your
Yeah,
sellout.
exactly.
But it's really like if you make like music or anything else, you make a product and you want to make it as professional as possible.
Exactly. You
Because
want it to be
it makes it more likely to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, you'll
And
have a lot more
exactly.
fun if it's not this slipshod
Exactly.
mess.
Exactly. Well, and it comes down to the point of really, honestly, I just want to make good shit that people like. I want to make
Right.
good shit for people to enjoy.
Not even the music, but the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Like,
Yeah,
I want
and
them to
that's-
be
that- and
blown away the
if
entire
you're, and to
performance.
me too, if you're paying $5 to come to a show, you should fucking get a show. Like
Yeah.
you paid money. You
Not
should
just the
see-
music. You
Yeah,
know, you already
like,
have
should-
their music.
Yeah, you should see something cool, and I like that whole thing too. I mean, shit. When I go see bands.
Yeah,
It's
they
a
do
whole
things.
thing, yeah, and it's fun, and it puts you in that atmosphere. And I mean, I don't think it's impossible down here, but I think it's something that it would be cool to see, you know. And I mean, even if we did it or someone else, you know,
Be the
but-
change you want to see in the world, Garrett.
Yeah, dude. All we need is
Because I don't do enough local shows anymore
That's so
to be able to
inspirational,
try to
Zach.
push that forward.
right.
No, it's true though. Like
It's so
I've been
inspirational.
saying for years that we need a stage, we need a light show, we need to make these.
But
we need to make these shows.
Yeah,
Right.
but at the end of the day, though, dude, you got to do it. I mean, we're gonna have to do it on our own. We've done everything on our own.
And it's not cheap. That's the
No,
other
it's
part.
not. And
No,
I
it's not
mean,
cheap.
and that's for us. I have no problem, like, paying money or doing shit. I mean, dude, when we went to Japan, like, we didn't come back with a shitload of money. You know what I mean? Or come back with like, we went because we wanted to go, and we went because it was a good opportunity. And that's how I feel with the same with stuff. Like, I'm willing to. It doesn't bother me to like spend money on something. For the purpose of it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, or
Gear.
you know what I mean? Shit like that. Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly. Yeah. Like, and I think my plan in the future though is
If you bought equipment like that too, you could loan
Yeah.
it out to your friends, so
Yeah.
it could be
Yeah.
a viral thing.
exactly. And I'm
You just start bringing
slowly
up everyone else's production value.
slowly amassing equipment to do stuff like that. I would like to, but yeah, that's my goal in the future. You know, I mean, shit. I'm not worried about having to do shit on my own. I mean, I've done it before. You know,
no,
so-
I like it a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
you're less being a musician and more being a kind of a producer in a way.
Mhm. And that's
Because you technically
yeah.
are producing.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much, and that's what I like that too, because I think it all stems from like just how, I guess, just us playing music when we were younger. We would just get bored. Like, you know, you'd have a band, you'd be a guitar player, you know, and that's what you were. You played guitar. And I remember just doing that and being like, man, this is fucking boring. Like, this is so fucking boring. And I just remember just
like,
being
how many
like,
courses is there?
yeah, and just
Damn
like,
it.
you know, after a while, I'd pick up a bass. And same thing with Jordan, dude. That guy plays every fucking instrument. Like, I think it's just funner. And that's what, for me, that's what I always go back to is like, am I having fun? Am I enjoying this? Cool. Like, then yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. So that's the main thing. And I think you can still have fun while working hard on stuff. And like you said, like people think it's like selling out or whatever, but like if you like your art and you are proud of it, you should want it to be good and be presented in a good way. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with like working towards that, I guess. I don't know. I feel like people are like,
And you make things to be consumed.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's what
Yeah.
we all do.
yeah,
No, there's nothing wrong with putting in effort and polishing something.
yeah,
And
for
making it the best it can. It's not
Oh
selling
my god,
out.
can you believe this guy? He's actually trying.
Oh my
Yeah,
Fuck him.
those days are over. The hipster year is over. Now we're actually trying out here.
We're grinders.
we grinding.
We out here grinding on these
We
streets.
are admittedly grinding.
Yeah.
We
Man,
have.
that wraps it all up, man. Let's end it there, and for
sure.
we can call it. You want to call up Jordan real quick?
Yeah,
Big
we can
Chef?
do that. We'll give him a call.
and then that'll be the.
We'll chastise
Get
him.
baby Jordy on the phone.
Oh, baby Jordy.
Oh, baby Jordy. Oh, here we go. If he answers.
If. Too wrapped up in the math.
What's up, boy?
Yo, bruh.
Yeah, you on the
You on the A to
tubes.
Z podcast right now?
Am I not live right now?
You live,
Yeah, you are.
live
You
right
live.
now.
Yeah, we live up at this bitch.
I'm about to vomit.
You about to vomit?
Yeah. I'm too nervous, bro.
She's so nervous, bro. That's nice.
What's up, dude? Am I on speakerphone?
Yeah, you're on speaker.
Okay. Well, shit, ask away, dude.
Ask away. Dude.
All right. Hey,
What you want to know? What?
Jordan, what was your favorite part of going to Japan?
Favorite part of Japan? Honestly, probably just the shows.
The shows?
The shows were just like fucking awesome, you know. Everybody in Japan is like super supportive of like live music, you know, and especially like Americans playing live music.
Right.
It seems like, but yeah, man, like the shows. We always had like a good response to shows, and it was a good feeling. And the food was fucking amazing. What else?
The alcohol.
Okay. The alcohol. Well, I drank too much alcohol the first night, and so like after that night, I kind of just didn't drink that much. So.
Did you guys try any like deer penis liquor?
We did not try any deer penis liquor.
Cobra's blood.
We should have.
What was that?
Did we try any crazy liquors of the penis variety?
Of the penis variety. Yeah, we had only penis liquor.
Yeah, it's true.
Straight from the penis.
We're trying to stay virile out here.
Dude, no, we had that fucking sake.
Oh,
that first night that we were there. It was like the second night we were there. We had like this crazy sake. It was like this. We went to some Korean restaurant with like the spiciest fucking food, and the fucking owner like gives us. Remember that lady?
Yeah, I remember.
She just like hands us like some sake, and that shit fucked me up. Oh my god!
Well, what was so crazy about it?
Like,
It was
the sake that you drink at like the Tokyo restaurant or whatever, like in Boma, that shit's like clear, but this stuff was like brown.
Yeah.
Like brown sake.
Oh, it was like bathtub sake.
Dude, it was bad. It was nuts. And the lady was like,
Like-
we would be drinking it, and she kept like looking over it. I'd look over at her, and she'd be like smiling, and I'd be
Yeah, the
like,
craziest fucking smile, dude.
I wouldn't trust that for a minute.
I was
Yeah.
like, we're poisoned. We're fucked.
Yeah, dude, that's what I thought.
Well, I guess
I started getting paranoid because I started feeling fucking weird. There's just a baby. I took a baby shot of that sake, and it fucked me up so quick.
Jordan
I was
goes,
like, I think
he
they
goes,
put something in here.
he goes, dude, I'm scared.
Dude, especially after I looked at that lady with that fucking smile, I was like, she looked like she was about to like fucking cook us or something, you know?
It was
like,
nuts.
Fucking, yeah, it was weird, but yeah, dude, like favorite part was definitely the shows and the food for sure.
All right. Well, I guess we'll close it off, man. We'd ask you more questions, but you have to do your math. So
Boy, got to do that math.
Yeah, let's let him go.
Okay, oh yeah, man. Well, when are you gonna like post this thing?
no idea. Probably soon, actually.
Soonish. Yeah, soonish.
For sure.
Yeah. So we'll get you off, and we'll get Garrett to tell us some dates, maybe, and then
Hell yeah.
that'll be it.
Okay, oh yeah. Is it gonna be like on iTunes or like?
That is a very good question. You can actually find
You
our
can find it on
podcast on
iTunes.
iTunes,
Google Play,
Stitcher,
SoundCloud,
YouTube,
YouTube,
These are the questions
anywhere
you
your
ask.
favorite any
and
of your favorite
A
messages.
to Z podcast.com.
Nice.
Absolutely. Thank you for that
yeah.
question.
Okay. Wait, what's the name of the podcast?
A to Z podcast.
A2Z. Wait, what is it? I can't hear a fucking word you say.
A to Z podcast.
Hang up on his ass.
Oh, A to Z. Okay. Hell yeah, dude.
All right, boy.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right, I'm gonna
Thank
get my best.
All right, man. All right, later.
There you go.
What shows do y'all have coming up?
So that's Jordan.
Yeah.
Our next show we got is February 10th, which is this Saturday, right? Or this upcoming
is it?
Saturday?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so, yeah.
with Pocket Vinyl. And that should
Oh,
be
yeah,
that's
yeah.
at Log On. That should be really cool.
That's gonna be a cool show.
Yeah,
man. Those guys do
yeah.
awesome stuff.
Yeah, don't they paint a picture?
One of
That's
them,
right.
one
while
of them
they-
paints,
and
yeah,
they
one of
auction it
them
off.
Aaron
It's
actually
gonna
talked about trying to get them on talking to him.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. And then I think we're gonna maybe not play too many shows just yet and try and finish that shit, like the
Yeah.
album, and put that out. But I know we do have one South by Southwest show, March I think 13th, possibly. Yeah, around then. And then right now we're looking to book another one out there. We're trying to do some like unofficial South by shows, just to get out there and get some skins.
Well, do you have anything else you want to tell people? You got a Bandcamp? Is that
Bandcamp's Snorlaxx.bandcamp.com. 3 X's in Snorlaxx.
If you want to go out there and support your boys.
Indeed.
Yeah, we'll put all this in the show notes.
For sure.
And so you got the Bandcamp, you got
Bandcamp,
SoundCloud
got
as well.
SoundCloud's the Snorlaxx SoundCloud. You can just type in Snorlaxx 3 X's and find it. And also you can find Jordan's, which is Poodleface, Texas. That's Jordan's old SoundCloud. It's got some good stuff on there. Check that out too. And then, hopefully in the next following months we'll come out with a new album, and you should check that out. We're gonna put that on Spotify.
We'll share it whenever it happens.
For sure. We're gonna put that one on actual like the normal media, and not just fucking Bandcamp. Yeah. So that one will be a lot more accessible for sure.
Awesome. Well, hey man, thanks for hanging out.
Dude, thank you guys very much for having us. For sure.
Hope you had fun.
Yeah, did for sure.
All right. See y'all later.
Later.
You want to start?
We start.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to that episode. I had a great time doing it.
Yeah, man, it was a good time.
We had a lot of fun hanging out, even with that little weird phone call at the end.
Yeah, that was kind of unexpected. We expected him to be here, but if that's the best you can do, Jordan, I guess it'll work.
Well, I hope you liked the interview, and I hope you like to hear those fresh tracks that you probably never heard from old Snorlaxxx. But we're gonna have a giveaway.
Yeah, as a token of our appreciation for you listening all the way to the end.
Mm-hmm.
If you can tell us, if you can comment somewhere what Garrett's favorite poor food is, you will get one of these signed copies of the cassettes.
We got a bunch, so until it's limited run, so just keep commenting, and then we'll get them all to whoever guesses right, I guess.
And don't give it away. If you say what the answer is, and somebody asks you what you're talking about, don't even answer, because then we'll have a bunch of piggybackers.
So shouts out to old Jeffro, good listener, Eddie. Shout out to Emily for always listening. Definitely shout out to Allison for being such an awesome person and taking me out on that exploration journey. Yeah, thanks to all of our alumni, honestly. Hell yeah. If you're crazy enough to come do this, I appreciate you. Hell yeah. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next episode.